The United States formally accused Iran of supplying short-range ballistic missiles to Russia for its war against Ukraine and pledged to impose sanctions on Tehran. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, speaking in London alongside British Foreign Secretary David Lammy, confirmed that Russia had received shipments of the missiles and is expected to use them in Ukraine within weeks. Blinken said, and I quote, "Russia has now received shipments of these ballistic missiles and will likely use them against Ukrainians." The supply of Iranian missiles enables Russia to increase its military reach, allowing it to target regions further from the front line. Blinken highlighted that Moscow has been escalating attacks on Ukrainian cities, civilians, and energy infrastructure, making the provision of these missiles a critical development. In response, the United States also announced new sanctions against those involved in the missile transfer, including Iranian airline Iran Air. Blinken's remarks came as a part of his visit to Britain, where he reaffirmed the United stance between the US and the UK in tackling Iran's influence in both the Middle East and Ukraine. Britain also revealed a new round of sanctions on Tuesday, adding 7 designations under its Iran sanctions regime and 3 under its Russia regime. These sanctions target firms and organizations linked to the drone industries in both Russia and Iran, reinforcing the West's resolve to counter Iranian support for Russia in its ongoing war against Ukraine. France, Germany, and Britain strongly condemned the Iranian missile transfers, emphasizing the threat they pose to European and global security. The 3 nations announced immediate steps to cancel bilateral air services agreements with Iran and called on Tehran to halt its military support to Russia. Lammy described Iran's missile supply as a significant escalation and underscored the joint commitment of Western powers to hold Tehran accountable for its destabilizing actions. As Blinken and Lammy prepared for a joint visit to Ukraine, they emphasized the need to maintain a Western unity against Russia's aggression. The 2 leaders reaffirmed their country's alignment in addressing Iran's malign activity in the Middle East and beyond, including its support for the Kremlin's war effort. Meanwhile, in response, Iran's foreign ministry dismissed the accusations as ugly propaganda designed to distract from Western military support for Israel. Iranian spokesperson Nasser Kanani criticized the sanctions, accusing the US and its allies of trying to conceal their own involvement in conflicts, particularly in Gaza. Despite Tehran's denial, Western powers remain focused on tightening pressure through additional sanctions aimed at curbing Iran's military cooperation with Russia.